Hello everyone and welcome back to Pins and Whiskers. In this video I want to talk about why you shouldn't breed Betta Splendens. Now right off the bat, there are a lot of professional Betta breeders. I do hope to change at least someone's mind about the breeding of Betta Splendens because it's something that really hurts me to see. I think that it's a problem and I want to get it out there. Please don't take this as direct hate. I just want to send a message that I believe is important. First reason I'd like to bring up on why we shouldn't breed Betta Splendens is because they're basically the pugs of the fish world. Now what this means is that they're raised with problems, and that means their offspring is going to develop those problems along the lines as well. They're basically brought into the world with these problems. Now you can be a very professional breeder at this, but it doesn't take that for them to develop those problems. They are problems that are occurring because of their long fins, because of their tails and their lines of different types that we have created, and so it's just not something that you are controlling in terms of health-wise, because if you are breeding these specific types of Betta,
this includes double tail, rose tail, veil tail, deltas, half moon and over half moon, and crown tail Bettas.
You are going to run into these problems. Now, I won't say that this is the case for every single Betta. You might have a Betta who has a wonderful life, doesn't really have any fin problems, but because these fins are so long, there's always a chance, and there are many cases where people run into, whether in the beginning or later on, these problems with their fins, and that leads to fin rot or other serious diseases.
Fin biting is more than just boredom and stress. The bigger issue is how the fins are weighing them down. Trying to solve a deeper problem with something cosmetic like replacing fake plants with real plants is just a diversion.
The second thing I want to mention is that we raised them to have these problems. And as a result of this, we have created more problems than they have in the wild. This is what Bettas look like in the wild. And this picture is very important because not many people know that. When you think of a Betta, you think of those fancy tails. You don't think of this when you hear about Bettas, and I wish we could change that. And another thing, Bettas are more solitary in captivity than they are in the wild. Now this isn't a very big problem. Most people know that they're solitary and they should be kept alone. But the point I'm trying to bring here is that because they are more solitary in captivity, it's because they have become more aggressive than they would be in the wild. And that's because of their longer fins, brighter colors, and everything that goes along with that. So while it isn't really a problem or an issue that we are encountering, it does show kind of how we've changed their behavior. Now the next point I want to bring is that when people are trying to find these wild Bettas, they are usually expensive, and it's sad because they shouldn't be. I feel like the Splendens that we have created should be more expensive than they are because of how they are and what we've created them to be like. But the ones in the wild, they're for some reason very hard to find and hard to get at a good price. However, the point I want to bring to this is that if you are going to breed Bettas, it will cost you the same amount to get wild Bettas than it would to, gather all the things you need to breed Bettas. I see a lot of people when it comes down to their Betta getting older and they start to show more problems such as fin rot and just no way to save them from it. I see a lot of them feeling like they can't do anything about it. And this is true to an extent, but we can start with this. We can start with trying to stop the line of breeding Betta Splendens. I think it would be great if more pet tubers or the community in general started breeding the wild ones more. I think it would do a really good example from now on to the future. But I just wanted to start with this video. I know that this is pretty much impossible to convince to bigger branches, chains of stores like Petco or PetSmart. They're always going to be getting Bettas in. But I think we can make this change in our community, and I don't know, I feel like we can. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you guys had learned something, hopefully, or just became a little bit more aware. I did not mean to make this a direct attack on anybody, so please don't take it personally. I just think it's a very important message, as I've said, and I hope I got it through well enough. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, loves.